This is Tom Colley for Through the Ropes Boxing. It's a pleasure to be joined today with none other than boxing trainer and manager Kieran Farrell. Kieran, how are you, mate?
Yes, all good, mate. Just down in the gym here doing a few rounds with Wembley before a debut.
And you got a fighter who's making a debut, did you say?
Yeah. So Emily, she's making a debut on a Jack Catterall card next week. She's been sparring Maisie Rose there. It's the last spar that, so yeah, perfect.
Seeing her getting some good rounds in there, she looks looking sharp.
Yeah, she's sharp, but it's just been a long time because she's transitioned from the pro from the amateur game to the pro game now, and it's been a long time, you know what I mean. So like, it's just getting that ring rust off, getting her back into a competitive ring, which will be next Saturday, which we're excited about, and let her see her do a thing then, you know what I mean.
How long was her amateur career?
She's been boxing since she was about 10-year-old, and she won 5 national titles, European gold medal, world bronze medal, and she won all the fights in the world. She got pulled out in the semis by the doctor because she was fighting an American girl. It was an American doctor. So the amateurs, yeah, but she boxed for Team GB as well, former Team GB member, and then she got a little bit stale and wanted to challenge herself a bit more, and this is the right thing to challenge yourself to a professional game.
It's certainly a big platform to make the debut on. Prograis versus Catterall, big fight. What can the fans expect to see?
Well, she's done 400 tickets already, so yeah, we've smashed the tickets and that. Got to say a massive thank you to everyone who's come to support, and if you haven't got a ticket, you've still got a week to get one. But yeah, we've done really well, and we was up in Manchester yesterday. To be fair today, I only really wanted to do 4 rounds because she's only doing 4 rounds on the debut, and we had an 8-hour round journey yesterday. We had 3 trains to Manchester, 3 trains back. Get there, do 10 minutes of pads, 3 trains back for the public workout. So yeah, we're good.
Kieran, I want to go in and ask you. Obviously, one of your fighters, Daniel Dubois, had a fantastic win last time out at Wembley Stadium. No one missed that against Anthony Joshua. Where are we now? Because a lot of talk has been made of whether or not we'll see that immediate rematch. Is that the right thing for Joshua to do? Dubois now holds all the cards. Does he want the rematch?
I just sit and wait for the phone call, and they tell me what's what and whoever we're going to fight next. I got told we were fighting Ergovic and then AJ, and then we fought Ergovic, we beat him, and I knew we'd beat him, and then the AJ, we done the business, mate, and we grafted, me, Don Charles, the team, we all grafted our bollocks off, and Daniel did the business. Daniel did the business, man. Honestly, what a guy, man. You know what I mean? Daniel Dubois is he's a different person, man, and yeah, no, I've got like massive respect for Daniel, and it's great to work with. You know what I mean? So regards to the question, I don't know. I just sit and wait for the phone call. The phone call's coming soon. I got told the other day phone call's coming soon, so we got to go back to camp soon. So yeah.
So is that a phone call in terms of Joshua making his decision whether he wants to activate the rematch clause?
I don't know. Honestly, I'm just being straight honest. I'd like him to get the rematch for Daniel, because I feel like Daniel will go through me even quicker next time, and that's the truth. But again, that's entirely up to Joshua's team. And if I were Joshua, I wouldn't. If I were part of his team, I wouldn't advise it. You know what I mean? Not with the brutality he got beat of last time. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't be putting Joshua back in now, you know, not too soon anyway.
I think from the outside looking in, a lot of people fancy Joshua as a big favourite, but people inside boxing that know the game knew it was a really, really dangerous fight and a really close fight. Did you expect the fight to go as smoothly as it did in Daniel's favour?
You know what, we practiced hard, man, you know what I mean? Like we trained hard for 12 weeks, and Daniel did everything we asked him to do. Sparring was all great, I expected, I'm not saying I expected it to be as easy as it was, but I did expect it to go like that, and I texted a few people round 4 to 8, round 5 to 8, and one lad won 43 grand. He put a grand on round 5 and he won 43 grand. So I actually caught up with him last night, got tickets for Emily's fight there, and I was buzzing, man. I was like, yeah, sick, because it doesn't only change one life, it changes a few lives, you know what I mean? So yeah, he done us the world of good, and it went as smooth as we planned it, you know what I mean? But in the industry of boxing, I know people did know it was a dangerous fight for Joshua, but the same is that no one gave us a chance either, you know what I mean? Everyone said, oh yeah, you know, even the ones being nice for saying round 6, Joshua, you know what I mean? Like, that would be nice to us, you know what I mean? And but it is what it is. Like, everyone's got their opinion. Everyone's seen Joshua's highlight reel knockout over Ngannou, and then you put 2 and 2 together and you get 4. You know what I mean? You've seen that Daniel Dubois got caught with a right hand a lot of Fergovic. You've seen a devastating knockout by AJ's backhand. You know, if you, like I say, you put 2 and 2 together, you get 4. And you know, we had to correct our mistakes. And I'll be honest, we didn't go into the Ergovic fight and thought we'd start as slow as we did, but we did. You know what I mean? So that's hence why it was a bit erratic and that. But then, as soon as Daniel got to work and got warmed into it, it was all plain sailing. And I think if you see the last 13 rounds of Daniel, the 7 he did with Ergovic, or the 8 or whatever it was, and the 5 he done with Joshua, you know, he's come into his own as a fighter now. You know what I mean? And he's a wrecking machine. You know what I mean? And I just wouldn't want to be an heavyweight getting in a ring with him right now. I felt his punches, you know what I mean? I feel him on a daily basis on the pads, and I've had a few on the chin, you know what I mean? So yeah, they didn't go too good either, you know what I mean? But yeah, he's a devastating puncher.
We know Daniel was upgraded to world champion after beating Hrgovic, which would have been for the vacant title. A lot of people felt as though beating Joshua would really cement himself as a world champion. But Daniel is someone who he seems to, from the outside looking in, he seems to go about his business, keeps himself to himself. What were the days, weeks like after? Now he's the champion. What's different with Daniel?
To be fair to Daniel, yeah, he never ever once he's not. He hadn't flaunted the belt. He hadn't gone, I'm world champion. He hadn't said nothing like that. He just got about his business, like I say, training camp. And the hard thing is, and this is what makes an elite fighter, I've seen it firsthand, it's elite consistency as well. You've got to be elite consistency to come into the gym and go through the rounds when you don't want to do it, or you've had a late night and you've got to keep coming. I see it, and I see it with the fighters, and I've had fighters at every level now, you know what I mean? I come from novices to from journeymans to prospects to champions to elite class with Daniel Dubois, and I'm looking at it, and the only thing what separates a lot of them is that elite level consistency. And if you can keep turning up to the gym and keep doing your thing, and this boxing game is not plain sailing, there's nothing plain sailing about it. Shit happens all the time. Like you get a phone call, like that fight's off, this happened. Emily's been through a whole lot of it for the last 6 months, you know what I mean? And again, like that's before she even set foot in the ring, you know what I mean? And people don't see see that, but the elite level consistency will what take a fighter to get to that next level and reach that next level, you know what I mean?
So where does Daniel go next? I mean, of course we've got the Joshua fight, the rematch. If that doesn't happen, what is the plan for Daniel Dubois? We know we've got Usyk and Fury fighting. Are we looking at the winner of that for an opponent?
You just said what I thought it was. I thought it was we beat AJ and then we fight the winner of Usyk and Fury. Like I say, I don't get involved with any of that, you know what I mean? I just get told who we're fighting and what we've got to do, and then I start coming up with things in my head and think, right, this is what we've got to do, you know what I mean? And speak to Don about it, and we agree with things, we disagree with things, and we hit the nail on the head and we get it right, you know what I mean? So I think that, what's it called, whoever they put in front of him, we'll have Daniel ready for. If it's Zhang, if it's Parker, if it's AJ, if it's fucking Usyk, you know what I mean, or Fury, I don't know, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'll be honest, I just see Daniel Dubois as an individual fighter, like I do with all my fighters, and I go like, look, he's 27-year-old, and he's not even coming to his own yet. He can only get better, you know what I mean? Like, and I weren't involved with that first Usyk fight, so I'd like to challenge myself as well and think, right, we can get a win over Usyk, and I think Daniel Dubois is the man to do it, you know what I mean? So, and I know that Daniel Dubois, he never says it, but I know that he'd like to get back in there with him and put his wrong right, you know what I mean?
You know, lots been made of. He's got a fantastic relationship with Don now, and Don has sort of they've really gelled together. Don had taken a lot of offence after the fight. Some of the people writing Daniel Dubois off. You work very closely with them both. Where did that come from Don's point of view?
There's few people in the industry, I think, and I tell you now, well-respected people in the industry need to like sort of like just chill with what the comments and that, you know what I mean? I had one the other day, like I don't want to go into it, like, cause I don't want to say the name and that, but I'm like, this guy's a well-respected coach here, and he put a comment about, it was about Emily, and I'm like, mate, are you joking, mate? You're 64-year-old, she's 19-year-old, she's trying to do a thing, and you got some bad shit to say. Just don't say it, you know what I mean? Like, you ain't got to say it, you know what I mean? So, and the letdowns, you know what I mean? Your letdowns, these people I look up to as well, and I'm like, wow, you're really going to go there and say that, you know what I mean? And I think they just need to grow up a little bit, these people, you know what I mean? And I think from Don's point of view is, look, I had it myself. I've got videos, people saying some bullshit about me and that I do this and that, and they don't even know who I am, you know what I mean? And Don got, a part of Daniel's win, we got the win, and quite rightly, Don lashed out a little bit and said a few people, and I don't think he named any names, but like there was a few, and I think the few people who were saying some shit need to like sort of like we'll notice about them, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's what Don were doing, and you know, like, I'll be honest, like our energy was solely based upon, let's put everything into Daniel. We didn't do interviews and stuff like that before any not I didn't, Don didn't. We did nothing before the AJ fight, and we made sure we didn't, because we were solely all our attention was on Daniel to get it right, and we got it right. So yeah.
Absolutely. Just moving on, Kieran, fantastic weekend of boxing, Beterbiev and Bivol for the undisputed light heavyweight title. Did you get a chance to watch that?
I watched it all, mate. Yeah, you know what? I'll be honest. I put a comment on me. I put like a status about it on Facebook and that. And yeah, no, I thought Beterbiev won. I did. The 116, 112 card. No, I didn't see that. At all. It was a close fight. I think it was like you could have sort of gone either way, you know what I mean? I know a lot of people thought Bivol won, but then Bivol spent a lot of time on the back foot. Beterbiev threw double the amount of shots of Bivol. If you look at the fight stats at the end, Bivol's accuracy was better because he threw less. Beterbiev threw, I think it was over 1,000 punches. I had Beterbiev winning it. And it was by a round or two. I didn't have a scorecard. I weren't sat there with my scorecard marking a rounds. I had a cup of tea, enjoyed the boxing, and I thought it was great, you know what I mean? It was a good fight.
Would you want to see the rematch?
Yeah, mate, I'd love to see round 13, man, you know what I mean? I'd love to see it. I'd love to see another 12 rounds. Look, I could sit there and watch them all day, I'll be honest. It went that quick, the fight. I was like, man, it's gone well too quick, this, you know what I mean? But it was a good fight, you know what I mean?
Bit of a funny story on the undercard, Ben Whittaker, Liam Cameron. We knew it was a step up for Ben, but he ended up outside the ring. Both of them, not something I've really seen before. We've seen what's going on social media. People are saying that Ben wanted out of the fight. It was getting tough. What was your take on that, Kieran?
I'll be honest, it looked that way. But as a fighter, it'd be unfair for me to disrespect Ben and say, like, if his ankle was gone, and I know everyone say, oh, it didn't touch the floor, or it didn't do this. If his ankle was gone, it was gone, you know what I mean? And I'll be honest, as much as Liam Cameron was getting the better of that fight, or I felt like he was going to get the better of that fight, Ben Whittaker only had to jab and move, you know what I mean? Ben Whittaker's a very good fight, you know what I mean? He just needs to stick to his boxing, you know what I mean? He's trying to get involved too much for my liking, you know what I mean? He didn't need to get involved as much as he got involved, and he just needs to keep it to the jab, the 1-2, box and move, and I think it was an easy night's work for him, and it was just because I think Ben wants to please the fans all the time, you know, you with a showboating and all that, and I feel like because his eagerness to try and please, he just needs to be wise as well, because all it is it's like Floyd Mayweather didn't get to 50-0 by pleasing the fans. I remember watching one of the first fights I watched of Mayweather when he fought Carlos Baldomir, and I thought, wow, he's shit, you know what I mean? I thought he's boring, you know what I mean? But then if you actually watch it back, it's a sweet science of boxing, hit and don't get it. It's not pleasing all the time, but you know, sometimes it's about you turn up and get the job done. On Ben Whittaker's performance, look, he's gone, and it's Riyadh, it's a different place, it's Saudi Arabia, it's 45 degrees, it's different, you know what I mean? Like, you've got to put all these things into context, and I think if they did it again in the same spot next time, it could box easier. It could be an easy fight for Ben Whittaker, but I'm not gonna lie, I thought Liam Cameron we're getting the better of it. It did look that way that Ben opted out, but I've got the respect for Ben Whittaker as a former Team GB fighter and a great fighter, that an Olympic silver medalist. That I wouldn't say that he quit. No, I wouldn't say he quit. Even if it looked that way, I don't think he would have done that. You know what I mean? Because he's a fighter at the end of the day, and there's a lot of people pointing the fingers who've never had a fucking fight in their lives, and it does me head in a little bit. But I'll just keep my mouth shut about that because it will start a big wormhole.
Do you think he has to go in and take the immediate rematch and right that wrong?
100%, get it on, man, you know what I mean? Get your ankle better, 8 weeks time, and go and do it again, or 10 weeks time, 12 weeks time, whatever time it takes for your ankle to heal and you to train proper for the fight, go and get the job done and put all the critics to bed and crack on. And I think it's actually a good fight for him, and it's a good fight for Liam Cameron as well. And Liam Cameron get paid well, and he's 32, 33-year-old now, you know what I mean? So yeah, no, I think it's good for both. It's good for boxing as well. I think he needs to put that wrong right, though, you know what I mean?
Kieran, I'm sure we could sit here all day and talk about boxing, but I won't keep you for much longer. I know you got Emily over there.
I just want to say a few things, yeah, just because we're on camera, yeah, and I'm gonna cut this up, yeah, and I'm gonna post it to my story, yeah. So I'm from Manchester and I live in Brentwood now, yeah, and I've come back to Manchester yesterday for the public workout. I'm sat in Costa Coffee, just having a little people watch. So I'm having a little watch of people, yeah. I'm seeing 12, 13-year-old kids putting a fucking vape in their mouth. Get it out of your mouth. Go to the boxing gym. Go to the football field. Go to the rugby field. Go and do something positive with your life and stop being a dickhead, man. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna go nowhere with your life. And that's just a message for the youth. And everyone thinks I'm a mad bastard, yeah. And I am a mad bastard, but I'm a mad bastard who's done something with my life. You know what I mean? And my dreams of becoming a world champion got ended when I had a bleed on the brain when I was 22. But I kept going, and I was in Daniel Dubois' corner at 98,000 in front of in Wembley. You know what I mean? And people look at me like, oh, you made it. I ain't made nothing. You know what I mean? I just didn't settle for the things what you think you got to settle for, coming from a bad background, thinking that you've got to go and take drugs, or you got to go and sell drugs, or you got to go and do some stupid shit, rob houses, or whatever you got to do. You don't have to do any of that. You've just got to put your head down, go to get your hard work going on whatever craft you want to do. If it's swimming, go and swim, practice your swimming. If it's running, go and run, practice your running. But don't put a fucking vape in your mouth and walk around and thinking you're the shit, because you're not. You look like a dickhead. And that's just my message to the youth in Manchester and the youth all over the world, or all over the UK. Make something of your life, man. You know what I mean? You're young. You're 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, however old you are. You're young enough to make something with your life. Go and make something happen for yourself. Put your head down, work hard, and do something positive. And that's my message to you. That's it.
Kieran, I love that, mate. Big respect. Big respect.
I wanted to say it, man. You know what I mean? I wanted to say it. I was like, the other day, but we're just too busy.